Cutiespectives is now available on these podcast platforms.
You would hear about it so much in the media of all these trans women of color just like dying. And I just didn't think that was okay. Like, that's just so crazy to me that someone can have so much hate in their heart.
I remember that period. It was such a bad time.
I was just so angry about it. And I was only 17, so there wasn't really much I could do. So what I did was I just used my voice and I made a song about it.
You wrote that at 17?
Girl, I've been the baddie since day one, girl.
Cutiespectives is presented free of mid-roll ads, thanks to the support of viewers like you. Hello everyone, welcome back to Cutiespectives, sharing the perspectives of people all throughout the LGBT spectrum. I'm Jasmine Page, and today I'm welcoming another very special guest to the show, social media personnel Gabriella. Thank you so much, Ella, for joining me. Yeah, it's really nice to have you. Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm so happy that you asked me to be on the show.
Yeah, of course. You're one of the first people that I thought of when I was like putting the show together, honestly.
I love that.
So why don't we start off with a few icebreakers? Why don't you just introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and what you do.
So my name is Gabriella. All my friends call me Ella. I'm just a professional baddie. I basically just go around and I just tell people off and do my own. No, I'm just kidding. I do public interviews. I used to do music. I basically am just all over the place. I love editing videos. I make a bunch of edits. I go to raves and just edit a bunch of shit together. I do hype videos, all kinds of stuff. I just love making content.
Yeah. I've been seeing your stuff for a while now. I mean, we've been friends obviously first and everything, yeah. But your stuff is like really cool. Like I just love like your energy and like how you introduced yourself first in this video. I'm like, yep, that's Ella. That's exactly what I think of. So in your particular field, what is your experience with the LGBT community?
I do public interviews, and a lot of the places that I go are queer spaces, just because I feel like the queer space is so welcoming and just so wild and crazy. Like, I've tried doing interviews in other spaces, and people are just kind of like head up high, nose up, like they don't want to do it. Queer spaces, everyone thinks they're the main character. Especially in West Hollywood or Hillcrest, like everyone just thinks they're the main character. Like, people come up to me asking to do interviews. Like, that's pretty much how it is. So but with the LGBT community, I feel like it depends on the person. I wouldn't say the community as a whole, but I feel like it's just like who you're talking to, who you're around. But as a whole, I would say it's been pretty positive.
All right, nice. Yeah, I would agree. Like, especially in like West Hollywood with all like the people like with the main character syndrome and everything. It's completely fun. It's awesome. Like, I love like meeting people who are just like their personality and it's like exposed to us,
Yeah, everyone, I swear to God, you go to the club, everyone thinks they're the main character. Nobody like has fun anymore. Like, no one's like there to dance. Everyone's just like on the wall, like with their little drink, thinking that they're cute and they're the main character. Nobody wants to just like just have like a crazy night, Everyone's just like on the wall, like eyeballing people, like, oh my God, I can't believe they're actually out there dancing. Like, no, girl, I can't believe you're standing there spending $30 on a drink just for you to just stand there and be catty. For what?
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've noticed that myself. Although there are some clubs that I've been to, like, where people, like, actually, like, get out on a dance floor and everything and have, like, a crazy good time and everything. Maybe that's after they had a few drinks in them. Who knows?
Honestly, it just depends on who you're with. It's the people you bring that make or break the night, for sure.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree. So in this field, social media, etc., what you do, how is the LGBT community represented?
You know what? I feel like for an LGBT person, I don't know. I feel like it's really hit or miss. Like, I feel like anybody can really go viral. You just have to be like really funny. And you have to be funny, or it has to be like a quick saying. Like, you have to be relatable. It has to be relatable. It has to be something that's like, oh my God, that's so mean, let me repost it. Like, that's what people, that's how you engage the audience. That's how you build up your brand, is just by being relatable. Because when you're relatable, like, you share it to your friends and like, oh my God, this is you. Like, that's me. I wouldn't say necessarily that I don't feel like it's necessarily like LGBT. What I will say is when you put hashtag nightlife, hashtag WeHo, hashtag gay, hashtag anything like that, the community will show up and show out. Like they'll be like, oh, like, because like, you know, a lot of people follow those tags. So especially the queer community. So like there's been videos where like I'll be like rating every club in like WeHo, and then like all the people who go to WeHo, which are mainly LGBT people that follow it, or they're just trying to see what the vibe is, they'll like comment on the video and be like, oh my gosh, there's a club that I did a promotion, I did a hype video for the club 340 in Pomona, which is now called Flex. That video till this day on TikTok like gets likes because I put like hashtag LGBT, hashtag 340, hashtag Pomona. So like people that are looking for those spaces will come to that video and see.
Yeah, it's really true to like not just social media in general, like just like outside. The LGBT community like really comes through and like supports like one another. It's like a really cool thing to see.
Yeah, and I honestly feel like in the media too. I mean, now TikTok is just like a bunch of like ads and like you can't even like you can't really enjoy TikTok anymore in my personal opinion unless you try to buy something. But like before, you could like look something up like how to do this or how to do that or like dating in LGBT or whatever, and you would get an answer. Nowadays, it's like you look up how to do this and you're getting an ad for wigs or fleece line leggings. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and everyone on there is just like advertising their own. Well, I might sound like a hypocrite because I do the exact same thing. They're just advertising themselves to like, hey, go follow me on other platforms, and that's exactly what I do.
It's definitely a good thing to do if you do those hashtags because you'll definitely find your community and your people.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with that. Well, let's move on to like the stuff that you like actually do. You are a co-host of the of your own interview show online, funnily enough, called Freakahdastreetz. Did I pronounce that right?
Freak of the Streets, yeah. So we were trying to do Freak of the Streets, but that was already taken, so we were like, let's be a little bit more hood about it and be like Freak of the Streets.
No, I totally follow that.
Yeah, it's been going pretty good. We have been on a little bit of a hiatus. I'm currently looking for a videographer to go out with me and to film. The one that I had just started getting lazy and girl, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so it's definitely a lot of fun. I've been to Vegas for it. I've been to Houston. I'm going to be going to New York soon. Hopefully I get some interviews there. But it's just really cool just seeing all the different communities and the different spaces. Like I said, I do prefer to film in LGBT spaces just because I just feel like the vibe is so much more friendly. But our focus is on nightlife, relationships, dating. I ask all kinds of crazy questions. Like, it's a lot of fun.
That is really cool. Something that I constantly bring up on this show in particular is like, because I have guests from like all around the world on this show joining me for these interviews and everything, and the one thing that I always mention is like I would love to see like other places, how the community is in those places, in those areas and everything, because I hardly ever left California myself.
Honestly, I feel like this year was the first year that I really traveled. I went to so many places now that I think about it. Like I've been. This was my first year going to Hillcrest and going to Vegas, being like of age to like do, and going to Houston. That was the first time ever. So it's definitely in the cards. You just have to manifest it, and it'll come to you.
A lot of these interviews, you do frequent West Hollywood. That's a very big part of the city, known for its queer demographic. What's it like interacting with so many queer-friendly people in one place?
It's very interesting. Like I said, everyone thinks they're the main character. I do get a lot of people coming up to me asking, when am I going to do my interview? Like, when's my interview? And I'm like, girl, like, I'm going to get to you, I promise. There will be nights where I just go to strictly do interviews and like I'll just try to get a bunch of videos like and then I'll just like post them here and there. Majority of the people that I interview are just drunk, and I love that because you know what, they just tell me everything. I honestly do try to interview a lot of Rude Girls. I am a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race myself. I've been watching for a very long time, and I've met so many girls, and you know what's so funny is like whenever I have my camera, I don't see anyone. But then the moment I put the camera down, all these rude girls are there. I'm like talking to all of them, and I'm like, if only I had my camera.
So if you had to, in one word, describe West Hollywood, what would that word be?
In one word, crazy.
Yes!
Crazy fun though, not crazy bad, crazy good.
Yeah, I totally understand. Like, the community, like, you could just call it crazy, and, like, people will know, like, what you're talking about. They're not, like, insane asylum patients or anything. We're all, like, just, like, having fun and, like, being ourselves and expressing ourselves. It's an amazing, like, location. That's why I, like, really like West Hollywood. I've been there, like, quite a few times. I love, like, Hamburger Mary's. I love just, like, walking down the street, and, like, I like seeing people, and, like, they come up to me and, like, talk to me and everything, and they're also queer, and we're also queer. Everyone's there is queer, or at least queer friendly, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So as a queer influencer who is frequently out and about, what would you tell someone who is hesitant to come out, so to speak?
You know, it takes time. Obviously, it's not going to be peaches and roses right then and there. I would say just to, what was the old saying? It gets better. It gets better. And, you know, it really does. I've seen so many stories and heard so many stories of people just being like, you know, it was really rough when I first started, especially with, like, family. But then I hear, like, you know, but now family's, like, my number one supporter. But also, sometimes that's not the case. You just have to just push yourself and see what happens. You can't live your life for other people. I always say that to everyone. You can't live your life for other people, and if you do, you're just going to be stuck and you're going to be miserable.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I totally agree with, like, that whole sentiment. One thing that I, like, tell a lot of people is you'll figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
If you haven't figured it out by now, you definitely will. Like, it does get better, and you will find yourself know more.
Yeah. And you just have to put in that first step.
100%.
That's the hardest part. The hardest part is letting go.
100%. I totally agree with that. So let's move on to another thing that you used to do. I don't know if you still do it or not, but you used to, one of the other avenues of creativity that you used to share online previously was through your music. I remember when we first met, that was like the big thing that you were doing, and I really liked, like, the music that you were putting out and everything. I especially liked Get the Flow. That was like a great song. I showed that to, like, all of my friends.
Oh, thank you.
Is music still a passion of yours?
Definitely. You know what's funny is when I get really upset about something, I just start writing it down and I start rhyming. So one thing that kind of made me stop doing music was I had gotten a message from this one other artist, and she wanted to collaborate on a song with me. So I said, okay, yeah, let's do it. I liked her vibe. I liked her song. I said, okay, let me write a verse. So I wrote a verse for this girl. The day that the song was supposed to come out, she blocks me on everything. I get a notification because I subscribed to her YouTube channel that she released the song. So then I was just like, okay. So then I clicked on the song, listened to it. This girl fully went behind my back, recorded my verse, learned my verse, like, word for word, totally just, like, took all my lyrics and then just started rapping it as it was her own. Didn't give me any writer's credit, nothing like that, and just thought that I wouldn't find out. So I went on social media, I went on this huge rant. All my people started reporting the video, started disliking it. People, like, it was just bad. It was so bad for her. So ever since then, I got a little discouraged about it, and I was just noticing that people were copying my flow and, like, kind of, like, taking verses from me in lines. So I kind of just decided to postpone that. Another thing that kind of stopped me is I got really into marijuana. So that kind of gave me a little bit of writer's block because I got very lazy and I just didn't want to do anything. But definitely her taking my lyrics, that was one of the big things about it. So I just decided once I start making more of a name for myself and I can really start writing down those papers and signatures and contracts and everything, then I'll really let the world have it with my music. But as of right now, I'm just going to sit back, count my coin, do my little videos. And once I start really building that following, I'm going to definitely start putting my music out there.
Awesome. I would definitely love to hear more.
I've been writing. Everything is still in the works. I promise.
All right, cool. That's good news, honestly. I mean, it's terrible news. Like that person would do like something like that to you. Like that sucks. And like how many people like have done that? That is insane to me.
I did a whole diss track on my Instagram. It's like way down below. I'm wearing like a sweatsuit. So if you guys want to go take a listen to that, I totally let her have it. Here's the clip now. Just kidding. But yeah, so I totally was just like in all about that. I could not believe it. And my mom was like, well, see, this is why you don't release your music. You wait until you really blow up and then release your music, because you don't have, like, you're just this like small little like social media platform. Like, and I think at the time I only had like 1,000 followers. So I really was just like, I really couldn't do much. And she had a lot more followers than me, but then it made me think, like, what other small accounts are you doing this to?
Right.
Like, for all I know, that whole song could have been just like a bunch of ghost writers.
Yeah, I guess like people like online will take advantage of you if you're like, if they think that you're like small enough prey or something. I don't know. I just can't follow that mentality of like stealing other people's works. Like, why can't you just make your own stuff?
And nowadays it happens so much. Like, if when you go on TikTok, like even back then, like, you think Charli D'Amelio was over there making up all these dances? No, she was fully like looking at other people's dances and doing it and making it popular. Like, girl. And then everyone was just like, oh yeah, it's Charli D'Amelio's doing dance. But no, it's not. It is not her little dance. She done took that from someone, and mainly people of color, which is even crazier.
Oh man, but it's good that you're going back and like, or you're continuing it, but behind the scenes. I feel like for people who want to like be big, like branding is like the biggest thing, especially nowadays. Like you have to like build up a brand to get recognition for like the work that you're putting in.
Yeah, I told myself once like Fred's like Freak of the Streets, once that like really takes off, then I'll start pushing my music towards those fans. But as of right now, or if I just become a meme, I don't know, like who cares? Like I really don't care. You know, I always say any press is good press. If you want to comment, call me fat, like I will go and yeah, girl, I am fat, girl, and what of it? Like we can have a whole argument in the comment section. Like that's just gonna make me look better for the algorithm. Like go ahead, baby, leave that comment, please. Engage.
There is a very thin line between fame and infamy. I don't know exactly where that line is drawn, but infamy is a form of fame too. So with this music that you produced, it had this very heavy cadence to it, as with most like rap and hip hop. This emphasized like these lyrics that you either tackled heavy subjects or just showcased like the bad that you are. What was the genre choice deliberate in that notion?
I can't sing to save my life, but I love music. I really do. I love writing. I think that's what kind of drew me to rapping. And it's funny enough, my uncle used to come up to me and he would just like start like writing, like he would come up to me and like start a rap and be like, okay, now you go. And this has been happening since I was like super little. So I would do with my little flow, whatever. And you know what? Like I would like listen to like songs and I'll be like, you know, that was good, but she should have said this. And like, yeah, that's something I always say. I hate when artists choose the obvious rhyme scheme. I'm like, girl, you could have went back and did that a little better.
Yeah, totally. Oh my god, I can't tell you how many people rhyme desire with fire, and like every time I hear that rhyming scheme, I'm just like, could you please like use different words?
I would say I think I actually did a verse like that, and I was just like, I was like, they're gonna be calling me sire. I'm gonna run my empire. Like,
hey, that's not bad. That's better than desire and fire or fly and dragonfly. I can't remember what song did that.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
You do have a particular poignant track that I want to point out. This tackles the trans struggle. This is titled "Trans Girl Tragic." I just listened to the song just earlier today, but in prep for this interview again, and like it still brings tears to my eyes. It's a really brilliant song of yours. I highly enjoy it. Not that I enjoyed the themes or anything, but it reminds me of that song by Macklemore. Do you remember what that song is called?
I know what you're talking about. I can't change.
Yes,
yeah.
It reminds me of that song so much, so I love it. What was the motivation behind that particular song?
At that time, and it's still happening till this day, but at that time, there was just, you would hear about it so much in the media of all these trans women of color just like dying and getting killed and murdered. And I just didn't think that was okay. Like, that's just so crazy to me that someone can have so much hate in their heart for someone who's just being themselves. Just for you, like how are you? I can't even begin to speak about it, but it's just crazy to me how someone could just have so much hate in their heart for a community. And it was just like daily that these girls were just dying. It was really sad. I didn't get to film a music video for that song, but I did have an outfit which was all white, and I wrote down every single name of the trans girl that died that year. And believe it or not, so sad, the names like covered the whole entire outfit.
Wow.
Like head to toe. Like, that is ridiculous. That it was just crazy to me.
I remember that period of time. Like, it wasn't just like trans women, like it's especially like trans women of color. Like, I think like a lot of people of color were like just like being like brutally murdered and such. Like, I don't know, it was just an awful time to just like watch the news, you know? Like, COVID was happening, and now all this violence and everything, like all the crazy protests that were happening at that time. I remember that period. It was such a bad time.
And I think I was just in my room and I was just so angry about it. And I was only 17, so there wasn't really much I could do. So what I did was I just used my voice and I made a song about it.
You wrote that at 17?
Girl, I've been the baddie since day one, girl.
Yes! How long have you been writing lyrics?
I had a friend who I no longer speak to, but I had a friend, and she has a brother who was a producer, and I thought that was so cool. I've never met anyone who was a producer, and I kind of had like, I was kind of writing, but I never really did much with it. So I met him, and I was just like, do you think that I could just try it out? So I went in there, I did a freestyle, and I believe I was like 16 at the time. 16 or 17, maybe 17. And I just from there just went off. And my first ever song, I honestly forgot what it was called. It's been so long. But I do remember it was a sample of a beat by, I believe it was, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Yeah, not the best artist, but yeah. So I just went in the booth and I just did my thing. So from there I just started writing, and then around COVID time is when that whole thing happened with that girl. It's been a minute. Honestly, it's been a minute, but yeah. So since then, I did recently do, I want to say early this year, maybe like around January or maybe towards the end of last year. I don't really remember. But I did release a little like Instagram rap of Pound Town by Nicki Minaj and Sexy Red. And I just was just having fun. I was just drunk and I was just like, recording me, I'm going to freestyle. I did.
Hey man, that's so fun. That's so like incredibly fun. That's incredible that you like started like so young and everything, and like you were 17, like, and you wrote that? Wow. That's wild to me. Because it's a really good song. Like, the lyrics are like just, they're fire, they're passionate, and like they speak to like the heart and everything, and that's an incredible song. I recommend anyone like to watch it. I mean, listen to it rather. There's no music video. But some of the lyrics are like a little heavy, especially with in regards to like queer people in general. So, you know, take caution.
Your discretion is
advised. Yes.
Yes, I was just upset. I was angry. I was annoyed at the world. I just couldn't believe what was going on. So I was definitely using my angry voice. And I am yelling in the song a little bit. It gives very Rico Nasty. I don't know if anyone knows who she is. But that's kind of the energy I was kind of pulling a little bit. Just I was just really upset.
I mean, that's where some of like the best art is kind of derived from, is like just raw emotion. And I think that's why that song is so powerful.
Yeah, it's definitely something that like I said, I was just 17. I felt like I couldn't really do much. I was just stuck in my room trying to graduate high school, and I just saw all this media, and I just felt like I needed to do something. I couldn't just sit there and be quiet.
So, like, let's go back to what you do now with social media and everything. In particular, like talking about like social media, a common topic that is brought up a lot regarding contemporary use of social media is the negative impact that it can have on people's mental health. This includes the increase of depression in youth, and also the belief that certain platforms are rotting our brains. As someone who's spent much time on social media, how do you feel it has affected your mental health?
Listen, babe, the other day I was not working, and I fully woke up. I like to sleep in on my days off. So I woke up around 12, and I went on my phone. Girl, I was in my bed until 3 in the afternoon. I haven't eaten anything. I was just like, you know what? Let me start my day. So I went and took a shower. I went out. My cat was meowing at me. I needed to go get him some food, and I was just like, okay, let me be a mom. So I went ahead and I did that. And I took a shower, did my makeup, did my hair, and then I went to the store. An hour passed by. I realized I haven't even eaten all day. I think that day I literally ate at like 7.
Oh my god.
Mind you, I was up at 12, but I was just on my phone. So I do kind of agree a little bit that like it is a little bit of a brain rot, just because I doom scroll and I just keep scrolling, and I watch YouTube videos, I go on the reels, like I just be looking, and yeah.
It's not only brain rot, it's bed rot if you're never like leaving the bed until 3.
Girl, I will be sitting on the toilet. I already did my business, but I'm just sitting there like...
Same! Oh my god! Like, literally, it's, like you said, like, for you, it was 7 and you haven't eaten? It is currently 9 p.m. where I am at right now, or I guess we live in the same freaking place.
Yeah. Same time zone.
And I haven't eaten either! I've been on my computer all day! I've been on my computer all day!
Yeah, I do kind of agree. I wouldn't say that it... You know what I will also say? I was just talking about this to my mom. Social media is the devil. You see all these things of all these different couples, and you think to yourself like, oh, why can't my relationship be like that? Or why can't I live in this big house? Or why can't I have this? You know, a lot of the time we don't post the bad stuff. We don't post the negative. We don't do that. We don't show that. We just show the good and everything like that. And you know what? I kind of acknowledged that maybe like 2 years ago. I like to do these like yearly recaps of like my life. Like I said, I do videography. So like in one year I caught COVID at the beginning of the year, and then I went through a breakup. I included that in the montage. That's what happened. It happened, and it made me who I am today. Like I include the negative stuff sometimes. I just did a video about the apology that I deserved, and it was today that I posted that. It was me just standing in the rain, and just like I was just upset, like, and I needed some type of like, I needed to let some energy go, and it was basically to the song Lonely. Not saying that I'm lonely, but there was a verse that he did in the song where he was just like, I can't believe I let you go. I let a good girl go. I can't believe I broke your heart after everything that I put you through. And I just really was what's the word I'm looking for? Resonating. resonating with what he was saying. And I was just like, okay. And I wasn't going to post that to like a clip of the sky. Like, I'm like, no, like, let me just show people like what I'm really doing. Like, I'm standing here in the rain on my lunch break, drinking my coffee. Like, I'm going to show that because that's what's going on in my current life. Like, why are we going to just show the negative? I mean, the positive. Why are we going to just show the positive? Like, I want to show everything because it happens, you know? And like, I feel like that's really important. So I do feel like social media can take a toll on the mental health because, like I said, like, you see only the positive majority of the time. A lot of these big influencers aren't going to talk about what's really going on in their life. And I was just telling I talk to my mom a lot apparently, but I was just telling my mom this today, like, so something personal just happened with me in my life, and I don't really know if I want to get into it just because it's super fresh, but I told her that I was doing this interview, and I said, you know what, like, I have to go on this camera right now and then throw on a smile and just act like everything's okay when it's not. And I was just like, you know, it really makes you think about like a social media person or like even an artist, like let's just say, for example, like who's an artist? Like Doechii or Ariana Grande. Like a fan comes up to them and like it's not the reaction they wanted, but like you don't know what's going through that artist's head. Like there's still people too, you know, like there's still people. We don't know what's going on in their mind. Like they could be having the worst day of their life for all we know, and all we want is a picture.
Yeah, there's like, I mean, you brought up like a bunch of things. I wanted to talk about each one, and like, I'm like, oh man, that thing too. Just like briefly about like people being people. Like there's like this dissonance that like people get sometimes with celebrities, and not even just celebrities, people online, because you know you are putting like your best self out there the majority of the time, at least the majority of people do, and like that's all that anyone ever sees. So like they believe that they're making a perfect life, and there's this association between thinking of them as like an actual person with their like own struggles and everything, and what you've only seen of them online. And that can be a little detrimental to like someone's mental health as well, seeing like all these people like thriving. It's like, why can't I have that? Like I personally don't experience envy myself, but I do know that a lot of people have been either envious or leading to depression in some aspect because they don't have like a good life like they're seeing a lot of other people doing, because they're having like actual bad things happening in their life and they're not seeing other people have those bad things. So it's good for like that you showcase like this this side of you, like this real human side of you. I feel like that putting like your best, or putting everything out there, if you are going to be out there and being genuine with your audience and everything, is like the best thing. It elevates empathy for like the individual, and it could also like be relatable as well, because like people everywhere are going through something bad, and I know a lot of like things happening right now in the country and other countries and everywhere. There's always bad things happening. That's why it sucks that I have this knowledge, and that's why it feeds into my depression, honestly. But like we said earlier, things get better. And when you showcase that like you do have like these bad moments in your life, you have these positive moments later on too. And that's just how life is. And to showcase that like so bluntly like that, I feel would be a positive impact for like the people watching.
Yeah, because you know what? Because like I always say too, like when something happens in my life, I always say to myself, okay, I can be upset about this for 5 minutes, or I can be upset about it for 5 days, or I can just be upset about it for 5 seconds and just let it go. What is me being upset about it gonna fix? Nothing. All I can do is just move on and just make sure it doesn't happen again. Like, I don't know, like just move on and get on with the rest of my life. Like, I do believe that negativity is really a choice. I know it's harder for some people than it is for most, but I do feel like you can really, like, I just think logically, like, what is me being upset about it gonna fix? Like, I already spilled the beans all over the car. I can either clean it up or I can just be upset about it. Like, and then if I be upset about it, it's just gonna rot in the back and create mold and create a bigger problem. Or I could just clean it up and get on with the rest of my life.
Yeah, exactly. Like, any like bad experience can still be a learning experience. Like, it doesn't, I know, like, for me, I'm a huge optimist, and a lot of other people that I've noticed before, they're not the most optimistic individuals. I apologize to those individuals. I can't imagine living a life where you're just like so jaded and just not just like a negative person. When negative things happen in your life, you can't let it consume you. Like, you have to, like, it's better to like learn from it and move on and just be happy with your life. Like, no matter what happens in your life, just like keep going forward. And at least that's my life philosophy.
And, you know, like, there are some people that can't do that. And I've learned to be like, you know what? Okay, I understand you need a little bit more time. That's okay. I'm gonna let you have your space. I'm gonna let you take a moment. I was with someone for a while who would constantly be a little bit more on the negative side and would let things ruin their day. And I used to be like, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong? But then I was just like, you know what? Let me just let them have their space. Let me put on my AirPods, go on my phone, and when they're ready to talk to me, they'll talk to me.
Yeah.
That's something that I had to learn. So I always feel like you can learn something from every person that you meet. And that's definitely one thing that I took from that person.
Right, exactly. Like, that's something that everyone should learn. And speaking on, going back to like actually talking about social media and everything, there are obviously like bad things about social media, like the health concerns and everything. I still see like there's positivity in social media. There's good things to come out of like the digital age and like the internet and everything. Like, we have so much more contact. Like, it's so much easier to contact people overseas, and we get so much more knowledge and learning about what's happening in other countries and everything. Like, knowledge is like progressing so much faster than it ever has, and I feel like that's a really good thing, but it can also be a detriment because you are also seeing like the bad things that are happening around the world as well, and that can be spread like wildfire on social media. I know like people like typically like when like they're influencers and everything, they put like their best self forward and that's all you ever see. But there's this other side of social media with like news and stuff and rage bait that can also like just put like the worst stuff in front of you and also like lead to like those depressive states. Like you mentioned earlier with like doom scrolling and everything. I know my partner does that themselves, and I see it in their eyes. I see it in their actions, how like less energy that they have and everything. So as someone who who frequents their life on social media platforms, do you see a way that social media could change for the better?
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I feel like where we're going now, social media is just taking over. Like, it really is. That you used to say like, oh, like, who cares what happens in high school? Like, you're never gonna see those people ever again. That is not true anymore. They will show up on your TikTok feed. Like, you will not believe how many times people have been like, oh my god, I went to high school with you, blah blah blah, or whatever. Like, like I still follow people from high school. Like, I mean, you could delete your account or remove everyone if you really want to, but if you don't, like, you will see those people. Like, I feel like social media, this day and age, is a lot. It's just different now. It's not the 80s, the 90s anymore. Like, and I feel like it's gonna just get even crazier, especially with AI now.
I was about to mention
like,
AI.
You know what's real, what's fake. Like you just don't know. Like I genuinely thought, I don't know if you've seen the videos. You know who Logan Paul is?
Yeah.
Or Jake Paul? I don't know which one. One of the Paul brothers. They started doing like their makeup and like they're like, I'm newly gay. Like I was just like, what? And like I genuinely believed it. The other day there was this video of this alligator eating a dog, and then like a monkey came and like started hitting it with the stick.
Oh, okay, that was an AI video. Okay, I'm like, Jake Paul and Logan Paul are queer now?
Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. And then my friend was like, that's AI, right? And I'm like, it is? You just do not know anymore, and it's genuinely crazy. It's crazy. So I genuinely do feel like it's getting worse. I do know. I listened to some podcasts, and I don't remember which podcast. I don't remember what the name of the podcast was, but basically what they were talking about was, because girl, I just be watching random videos. I don't even know, just popping up my thing, and I just put it on and go to sleep. But I do remember one of the conversations was she was saying that she was a teacher and that a lot of her high school kids are starting to rebel against social media, and they're like, let's go on a camping trip, like let's go outside, like let's do new things. So I don't know if that's this whole new generation of kids that are like that, or if it's just her class for some reason, but I do feel like it definitely depends on the people or the person to say, hey, you know what, I am going to just not be on my phone today. There was a time where I had left my phone at home, and I didn't realize that I left my phone at home until I was like halfway to my destination. And I realized that there was no turning back, and I was just like, well, it looks like I'm living in the 80s today. Like, I'm just gonna see what life was like before phones. I don't know.
Yeah, I fully agree with like that notion that like it depends on the individual. Like,
definitely.
Maybe there are some good things to like be derived from current social media and everything, but with like the onset of AI and all like the brain rot out there, and just social media being a platform, a new avenue for corporations to commodify the users themselves, there are a lot of bad things about social media, but there's also some good, obviously. Like, I know, like, you trying to, like, get away from, like, people from high school, but, like, if you want to keep in touch with them, it's a lot easier than it used to be. So that's a really cool thing. So it depends on the individual's vigilance on their screen time in particular, because having a lot of screen time can be a huge detriment on like the psyche. There's a lot of like well-documented research out there that would tell you guys this straight up more than we can. So there's a lot of bad in social media, but there's still some good in there. As a way to like connect with one another. I feel like as a species, it is a good thing for us to have like this connection with one another. I feel like us as a species is going to like elevate because of that, but it depends on like who's running these social media platforms and what's being put on there. That's really going to determine like if it's going to be good or bad for us in the future. It's
also knowledge. You learn so many things from social media.
Yes.
I can actually, one of your videos, actually, a lot of your videos are very knowledgeable. So like you are probably helping a lot of people who are just figuring themselves out and they don't know what terms or what's what. Like their social media is it's such a it's a hit or miss, but you can definitely learn so much. Like there's one video that you posted and it was like how to be a femboy or how to be an internet femboy and like what was it called?
Do not use that video for educational purposes. That was complete satire.
But listen, but you also did a video where you went to a convention and I remember you interviewed someone who was dressed up as a Princess Peach.
Jimmy, yeah, I love him. I'm trying to get him on the show.
Yeah. So you were interviewing them, and like even the stuff they were saying in their interview, like it was very educational, I thought, and like someone who could just stumble across that video, or even someone who was actively searching for that video, or like related topics to that video, like it could be very educational. I'm sure there was a couple people that learned a thing or two from that video.
I hope so. I hope so. Because, like, all the content that I'm trying to put
You
out
learn how to be
nowadays, I
femboy
used to do
famous.
freaking. Shut the. I can't curse on this show.
That is my favorite. That's definitely my favorite video from you. How to be femboy famous. It's so
Oh my
funny.
God,
I have
I
it
know.
saved on the archives, and like on Instagram.
It's that one blew up on TikTok too. It was targeting like that demographic in particular, so like I knew that one was going to be like a lot of people's favorites, but it's complete satire. Please, if you're watching that video, don't take it seriously. But I do hope, like, recently with my recent videos I've been doing, because I did like a lot of like let's play and crap back then, and like there's not a lot to like derive from that. Lately, I've been trying to do better at like informing, sure, but like also like elevating the community. That's exactly why I wanted to like do this show in particular, and like interview like specific like people within the community, because I wanted to elevate the community. Like the LGBT community needs that right now, I feel like, and it's something I'm really passionate about. Not just like playing video games or trying to like make it like as an influencer or whatever, because that was never my goal to begin with. I literally just wanted a platform to share what I'm passionate about. And right now, what I'm passionate about is like elevating others within the community, and I really hope that like it resonates with someone out there. At least a few people. I know that it does. And thank you so much, Ella, for you being being one of those people as well. Like I in turn, I love watching your stuff too. So I think what you're doing with I'm sorry, freakahdastreetz. I feel like what you're doing with that, with the community and everything. everything that you're doing with that show in particular as well, I feel like elevates the community, because like you're bringing like real authentic people onto the screen, real authentic people within the community,
On
and
the street.
that's what I'm trying. Yeah, exactly. And with this show, it's like a little bit different, but it's kind of the same philosophy. Like just like bringing like people within the LGBT community together, and so they have the opportunity to express themselves. And I feel like a lot more needs to be done in mainstream media with that too.
Definitely. I feel like the media, especially for like, like you see like these drag queens go on like regular like shows or like on Netflix, and like it's always the same line, like, yes, diva house down boots. So then like a straight girl's gonna go to like the bar and be like, yes, diva the house down boots. But like we don't, like, people don't talk like that actually. I mean, they do, but like the majority of people are just like me and you. They don't we're just there. Like no one is really out there talking like that, but like that's what the media is pushing for us. Like they just think it's just like, oh my god, it's a drag queen, like how fun, like, or whatever. Or like there's more to the story. I do feel like at least they're trying, especially Hulu. They do have like a whole like LGBTQ what is it called, genre, and like there's like Love Simon and like all kinds of shows, and I think that's great. I definitely think they're trying to push it out there more, because there is an audience for it, like we all know. And I just think that at least it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, slowly but surely. And definitely like we're seeing more representation like in terms of like actors and everything, and like specific like pieces of media, like shows and films. But I'm talking about like showing like real people. Like we have reality TV and stuff like RuPaul's Drag Race and everything. And that's awesome. Those are real people doing real things, but as you said, they are like putting up with like the cattiness and everything. Those shows, even though they're called reality TV, they're still scripted and everything, so it is still a distorted vision of what is reality. Whereas, like, what we're doing, we're like actually showing reality. We're still framing it, we're still cutting it, but we're more accurate than some of those things. And I feel like media, people who are out there making like bigger things in the media need to do a better job at like showcasing that, because it can be exploitive for certain like shows and everything. And I call it gay-sploitation, kind of like how like the blaxploitation movement of the 70s. We have gay-sploitation now in modern cinema, and it's cringe. It's just cringe.
I agree.
So do you have any advice for people like us who are pursuing social media as a profession?
Honestly, like I said, just be yourself. Showcase everything. Not everything if you don't feel comfortable showcasing everything, but showcase as much as you can. You never know what's gonna pop off. You never know what's gonna go viral. You never know what's gonna relate to people. And even if you don't get the views or get what you want out of it, just have fun. Like, who cares? That video I was talking about earlier where I was just like crying, or not crying, but I was standing in the rain and I was just had that song. I didn't use any hashtags. I didn't put a location. It was just me being raw, just being me and how I was feeling in that moment. Post stuff like that. Like, just be yourself and just have fun. At the end of the day, we're on this floating rock. Like, we're just here, and who cares? Just be yourself and just have fun.
Totally, 100%. All right, well, that about wraps up all my questions. Thank you so much for being on this show. Remind everyone where they can find you.
You can find me at Ellavatedd on all social media platforms. Mainly my Instagram, that's where I mainly post all my stuff. Like I said, TikTok has been getting on my nerves with these ads. So if you follow me on Instagram, there's a little link and you can see all my other social media there. But yeah, mainly just Instagram at Ellavatedd. But that's basically it. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy that I got to do your show.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much again. Please go check them out in the link in the description. Show them all the love and support. This has been Cutiespectives. I'm Jasmine Page, and I'll see you again with another very special guest next month. Until then, take care of yourself and have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to share your perspectives down in the comments below and let me know who you'd like to see in a future video. See you next time!